Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is North Carolina Living, where we share our life here in the mountains of Western North Carolina. We absolutely love living out here. There's so many exciting things to go and explore with the beautiful mountains. The hiking is absolutely amazing. They have many waterfalls and a beautiful climate to grow Japanese maples. One of my favorite things to do. And I've really been enjoying lately this series we've had together, going over all the amazing spring color that we have here in the Rural Gardens. Now, my collection is growing and growing every day, and I'm excited to share some of these amazing colors with you guys. Right now, I've got some stuff that's looking absolutely amazing. So come along and check it out. All right, so I get excited about Japanese maples, and sometimes I get a little over the top and I get a little carried away. I have so many Japanese maples here, and some of them I have different ideas with. Sometimes I'm planting purely on spacing, sometimes I'm planting on color contrast, and then I have different sections of my garden that I really have these big ideas with. Now obviously it's a work in progress. It takes a lot of time in gardening and landscape to kind of make everything come together. But this section of my garden is one of my favorites. I'm trying to replicate in my mind a mountain scene like the mountains here in Western North Carolina, with these rolling hills, different varying in colors. I've got some azaleas blooming on this side. I've got lots of beautiful maples on this side with all kinds of varying in shapes, leaf shape, color. It's really kind of this concept. It's hard to explain it and hard to, envision it as you look at it. But as this channel progresses, I hope that I can bring that into fruition and show you guys what I'm trying to create here. Let's start out with a couple of weeping style Japanese maples. And both of these represent something that is very common here in the mountains of Western North Carolina. Now, the first one I want to start with is Acer palmatum Looking Glass Falls. Now this one is the perfect example because Looking Glass Falls is a beautiful, very famous and popular waterfall here in the mountains. It's located in the Pisgah Forest, and it is absolutely stunning. Now this is an introduction by Matt and Tim Nichols with Mr. Maple. They have some really nice introductions, and this is no exception. Now, Looking Glass Falls is a very heavily weeping and cascading habit. Very vibrant leaves, but it does have a nice pink to red border on that leaf. One of the things that's very nice about this cultivar is that it has very similar characteristics to a more commonly known Ryusin, Acer palmatum Ryusin. But this one, you get that extra flair to it with the pink and red border on that leaf. Very nice structure on this one. This is a low graft, so it's very low to the ground. But my idea with this particular one is that it's going to continue to weep and flow down the side of this little hill here and create a waterfall effect. Right next to it, I've got this beautiful Yamakagi, and absolutely stunning combination here. You have the small little leaves with the red and pink border across that, extremely weeping cascading habit. And then you have the Acer japonicum here. That's going to be a large upright, huge green leaves and beautiful fall colors. So kind of just always wanting to provide some texture and concept with you guys. Check that out. Now, one thing's for sure here in Western North Carolina is that there are no two waterfalls that look the same. There are many waterfalls. They are all beautiful in their own way. So here we had the Acer palmatum Looking Glass Falls, which is an extremely weeping, cascading Japanese maple. And then right here next to it, we have another beautiful weeping Japanese maple. Now this is Acer palmatum Waterfall. A very fitting name for the concept that I'm doing over here in this garden section. But this is a completely different style of weeping Japanese maple. This has a beautiful bright green lace leaf. Absolutely vibrant color on that. I love the texture that lace leaf Japanese maples give. Very feathery look to them. That finely dissected leaf. Nice little serrations on the edges. It's going to be really fun to have these two near each other because they're going to provide so much contrast in characteristics, even though they have a lot of similarities. And I love playing off of these different cultivars because each one is unique, but there are certain characteristics that you can kind of play off of to create different shapes and textures in the garden. So this one's going to have that nice green lace leaf. This is going to give you a nice palmatum leaf with a little pink border. Both weeping, but going to create completely different shapes and uses here in my landscape. All right, so I'm going to move on here to the next couple of cultivars. This one back here is another one from the Ghost series. This is Acer palmatum Purple Ghost. This thing is intense. The really dark veining on that really plays strongly into that reticulated style Japanese maple. So you get some purple tones in there, some reds and pinks. And that veining is very, very strong on this cultivar. I think the dark veins on that red to purple leaf really plays off it well. Now this is going to be a really nice upright Japanese maple. Provide a really bold color back here. This is going to be behind Acer japonicum Yama Kagi. So this is going to be a really cool contrast back here behind it. And as you can see, the leaves on this thing are just insane. I highly recommend Purple Ghost. It could be that I'm a collector at heart, but the entire Ghost series is really interesting to have each one because Talon Buchholz, who introduced those, had a really good eye, and I think he purposely created a beautiful collection that shows all the different characteristics that make reticulated Japanese maple so awesome. So there it is, Acer palmatum Purple Ghost. So as I move along in this section of my garden, I wanted to just kind of take the chance to show this section here, just to show all the amazing colors that are happening right now. This is what I love the most about Japanese maples and all the amazing ornamental plants, flowering shrubs, is that you can create some of the most dynamic color contrast in your landscape. It just gives something for the eye to always be drawn to. Now, we just got through talking about Acer palmatum Purple Ghost, and I think a great one to end this video with, just to provide some really cool contrast in color, is Seki no Kigon. Now, just to kind of recap real quick, we had Waterfall, Looking Glass Falls, Purple Ghost, and then last but not least, we have Acer Seboldianum Seki no Kigon. Now, what's really cool about this Japanese maple is that it is a weeping Seboldianum, one of the only weeping of this species in production out there. It has a beautiful, vibrant green leaf on this, and some of its fall colors are absolutely stunning. I captured some fall colors on this that was absolutely amazing. Had these deep, dark purples along with pinks and yellows and reds. So displaying some of the most amazing fall color display I think I've ever seen. But I've got this planted right here on the very kind of crest of this hill, and it's going to weep and cascade down the side right here. Eventually pairing next to this beautiful azalea. I believe this is a white blooming azalea. And then you have the Purple Ghost here several other Japanese maples in the area. But I just wanted to show just an amazing contrast between that purple ghost, dark red to purple reticulated Japanese maple. Going to be a nice upright, larger size tree. And then back here you've got the Acer Seboldianum, beautiful vibrant green and a weeping cascading style Japanese maple. I'm all about the texture and shape contrast and color, and this is awesome. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is a continuation of a lot of different videos I've been doing on all the spring colors here, on all of the Japanese maples that I have in my garden, along with trying to provide you guys with some context and just placement and color contrasting, also featuring a few other plants just to kind of show you how I'm trying to play off of the different colors and shapes here in my landscape. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have been fantastic. I love all the comments. Please continue to jump in and join in that conversation, because we're a great big community of plant lovers, and I'm excited to share my garden with all of you. I appreciate you tuning in. Take care.